What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to do a garrison building overview of the barn. Now, the barn is a medium level building, and what it really kind of involves is going out in Draenor and just trapping a bunch of different animals. Now, the main animals that you can trap at the beginning are wolves, talbuks, elks, and Kel'Thuzad. Now, in order to capture one of them, the barn gives you a trap. As you can see, I just used it, and you have to kite the animal over the trap while the animal is under 50%. If you lay the trap under the animal while the animal is above 50%, that's fine, but sometimes it gets a little bit finicky, so you have to kite them around on top of it. And also make sure you don't run on top of it yourself, because sometimes that'll cause problems. Depending on which animal you capture, you'll get a different reward whenever you place your work orders. And whenever you place your work orders, you have an option of which type of work order you want to place. Do you want to place like a fur work order, or like a meat work order, or something like that. So you'll know pretty much what's going on. So the talbuks and the wolves, they're going to give you sumptuous fur, and the Kel'Thuzad and the elks, they're going to give you raw beast hides, and they give you 8 each. Whenever you get to level 2, you can assign a follower there and bump that up to 12 each. Also, that's actually pretty much it. You need to capture 125, actually place 125 work orders in order to get to get the plans for the level 3 barn, and that's really what most people do this for, because that's when you get Savage Bloods. But before you get there, as soon as you get to level 2, you're going to have to do a little quest, and I just went up to Gorgon here, and you can, at level 2, you're able to now capture boars and also river beasts. And what those are going to give you is they're going to give you 1 savage feast, and also about 50% of the time, if you have a follower assigned there, it will give you a 2nd savage feast. But either way, you just go ahead and capture boars, and that's pretty simple to do. It's not really too big of a deal. I chose not to really capture the boars because feasts are really cheap and my guild pays for them. So if I were you, I would just probably stick with getting the fur or whatever else. But either way, you just have to pretty much do this for the quest. Now, in order to assign a follower to your building, you have to have a level 2 barn, which requires you to be either level 100. I think you have to finish the Spires of Arac quests if you're not level 100. But either way, so the follower that you have to assign the barn has to have the trait skinning. And so skinning, there's a lot of different followers that have it by default. But I know, I mean, like, just if you have like 25 followers or something like that, you can probably pretty much find it. Also, I think that there's I think like Hilda Shadowblade, and she's in Spires of Arac, automatically has it, and there's a lot of other ones. So after you place your 125 work orders, you don't have to pick them up, by the way, you just have to place them. And so that does make it a little bit easier, especially if it's a storehouse, because that increases your work order capacity. Then you're going to get your barn level 3. This is where the magic happens, because this is where you're going to be able to get the Savage Blood, and also it's kind of a pain in the ass because you're going to have to capture elite beasts, and so you have to do more damage and everything else like that. Now, of course, you're going to have to do like a preliminary quest, and so that's really not too bad. That's where you turn in and you start all the different work orders, and if you lose your iron trap or anything like that, or your deadly iron trap, whatever, you can just go ahead and talk to this guy, Homer Stonefield. I don't know what it is for Horde, but I'm sure that there's a guy here that you can talk to, and he'll just give you another trap, so you have to throw it away for like inventory space or anything like that. It's really no big deal. Also, I believe that these things can go into your reagent bank, and so that makes it a little bit easier to hold on to them because they stack up to 20 of each. And so anyway, if you want to like place a an order for fur, and it tells you exactly what you're going to get out of it, so there's not really a whole lot of guesswork. All the other people here, you don't really do much. Now, this is something that's cool that I actually didn't know about. Sometimes you can get on this this 2nd level of the barn, and you can do this with Aviana's Feather or with a couple of other things. And if there's a something called a glass of warm milk, I believe, you can go ahead and loot that, and it'll pop up as soon as you get a level 3 barn, and it's in a random location. I thought it was going to be up at the top, but a lot of times it's actually down here at the bottom, and I didn't even know there was 2 levels. I was like trying to go for the stairs, but there weren't any. There it is. There's a glass of warm milk, and so you can go ahead and you click on this, and what this is going to give you is whenever you click on it, you actually learn it. It's going to give you the pygmy cow, which is a battle pet. I don't think that they have any cow battle pets. Well, they do now, at least. And so we're going to look at this cow because it actually looks pretty nice. Like, honestly, this cow probably has more pixels in it than Nefarian. And so you guys can take a look. Like, I mean, look, just a sec. I'm going to zoom in on this because this is beautiful. Like, I don't know what I'm going to rename her. I was going to rename her something bad, but I didn't want to have that in the video. So anyway, look at that thing. It's beautiful. It's got its own shadow. Like, that's how much quality they put into this cow. So make sure that you pick that up. After that, you're going to go ahead and you can go out to Nagrand, and this is where you're going to find a different elite beast. Now, the Ironhide Bulls, if you guys have ever been out here and seen people killing them, they're like, well, why the fuck are they doing that? This is why. Whenever you capture one of these Iron Bulls, well, each one gives you something specific too. I just remembered that. The Kel'Thuzad are going to give you 15 raw beast hides whenever you capture them. And also, there's about I'd say like a 30 to 40% chance of getting Savage Blood whenever you go ahead and you capture one of these from the work order. And so it's really in your best interest to make sure that after you get your level 3 barn, all of the work orders that you place are all for the large work orders. And so anyway, after you capture one, you can go back and you have to do a preliminary quest every single time you get the new level, and so that's what I'm doing here. And so anyway, you can go talk to this guy and something down, yeah, second from the bottom. Yeah, place a large work order for for leather, and so you just click on that. And then, yeah, Savage Blood, 30 to 40% chance from all of the elite and large work orders. Doesn't matter which type that you capture, because there are 3 different types of elite beasts you can capture. And so anyway, there's the Caged Mighty Clefthoof, and then you're going to get raw beast types. And so anyway, I'll show you guys the 2 other types of elite beasts that you can get. And so anyway, the other 2 that you can pretty much get, I'll tell you right now, are the wolves and the river beasts. Now, the wolves, what they're going to give, I'm pretty sure that they give sumptuous fur also, and they're going to give 15 sumptuous fur, I believe. And whenever you have a follower assigned to the building, the barn, instead of giving 15, they're going to give 22. And so a lot of these guys are kind of hard to kill. Like, if you're a little under geared, you might have a little bit of trouble with them. If you have the Talbook perk in your range, you're really going to have no trouble kiting these things around, because obviously you can outrange them and just run away from them. Other than that, you only have to get them to 50%, by the way. And make sure that whenever you, what do you call it? What I do is I pull them, and then, like, since I'm melee, whenever I'm fighting them, I just click the trap right where they stand, and so that makes it a lot easier for me. And over here is where the wetland tramplers are, and those are the river beasts. And I'll show you guys on the map in a second where all of these are supposed to be. Now, obviously, they're in a couple of other, like, little random spots, but they're pretty much all in where I'm going to show. Now, the river beasts, what they're going to give you is 2 savage feasts each time you turn in a work order, along with, as I said before, the 30 to 40-ish% chance of getting savage blood with each work order. Now, I read a lot on like just different places on the internet, because I was looking for the answer for this myself. Does having a follower increase your yield or your chances of getting savage blood? I don't. Everybody is saying I don't think so or no. There's nobody saying yes. And so I'm going to pretty much guess, and that's where they are on the map. See, there's where I was with River Beasts. Right above Lockrath is where the wolves are, and right where my mouse was there is where the Clefthoofs are. So this is pretty simple to do. It can be a little bit tedious, because obviously, you know, these things are kind of a pain in the ass to kill. It took me, I don't know, like a half hour, and I got like 30 of these. I think probably a little bit more, actually. And so it's not really too bad. Just make sure that you know, you've got, like, I guess, like all your clones up, and you make sure you don't die. I almost died one time when I was fighting these. So anyway, that's pretty much all it takes. This is a really, really good way of making money, because Savage Blood sells for a lot, and this is probably going to be the most profitable garrison building that you can make, or at least at this point in time. You know, whenever I upload this video, which will probably be like tomorrow or something like that. Either way, guys, so that's pretty much all it takes. You just go around, capture beasts out in, I was about to say Northrend. It's not Northrend, out in Draenor. And then you're going to go ahead and you turn in the work orders, and you can hopefully get Savage Blood whenever you get to the level 3 barn, which again takes 125 work orders to being placed. So that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.